Love takes daily effort. Different cultures across time have defined love in many ways and have defined different types of love. The author turned to the Vedas to learn more about love. He likes the intersection between modern science and ancient principles. There are 4 ashrams or stages of love according to Hinduism. The first one is preparing for love by understanding and loving oneself. The second one is practicing love by extending it to others while still loving yourself. The third ashram is protecting love by retreating and finding peace so that you can be alone for a while. The fourth ashram is extending love to all people and everyone around you. A lot of people go through these 4 ashrams and don't learn the required lessons of each of these 4 stages, and so they may get stuck at a stage over and over again until they learn the lesson. The 8 rules mentioned in this book build on one another and are cumulative. The author proposed to his wife in an over-the-top way because he was influenced by Disney and viral videos. How has your perception of love been influenced by the media? Love is about navigating imperfections. Rule 1. Let yourself be alone. Most people prefer to be in a bad relationship than single. When people are scared of being single, they're more likely to settle. Loneliness makes people rush into a relationship or fail to break up a bad relationship. The author spent 3 years as a monk, and he was more alone in those 3 years than he had felt in his entire life. And he's not the only relationship author that has done so. The author of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus has also been a monk in the past, and he's learned a lot of things from his experience. Track how much time you spend alone in 1 week. Write down what you did when you were alone and whether you felt fine or if you felt uncomfortable when you were alone. Do one activity by yourself each week. What thoughts make you uncomfortable to be alone? Get to know your preferences without leaning on another person. Loneliness and solitude are different lenses. Solitude is the glory of being alone, and this lens makes people open and curious. While loneliness is like a negative downward emotion that makes people feel fearful and just locked up within themselves. Rule number 2. Don't ignore your karma. Karma is not about bad stuff happening to a person. It's about dealing with the consequences of all your life decisions. Impressions shape our decisions. Karma should be used as a tool to make life decisions. Karma is like a mirror that shows people the consequences of their choices. Samskara means impression in Sanskrit, and when people are young, they collect a lot of samskaras. Karma begins with your impressions. As people get older and they're not kids anymore, they can curate their impressions by making choices. Impressions influence how people think and react and even behave. Have you ever faced a time when you were unhappy with someone and had a bad impression of them, but then when you talked things over with that person, you realized that your impression was actually wrong? Well, when people are unhappy with the consequences of their impressions, they can choose new impressions to break the old cycle. What you learned in childhood and your usual ways aren't necessarily how things are in real life. Your parents, the media, and your first love have influenced your samskaras. You may want to fill the gaps that your parents failed to fill, and you may want other people to give you the same that your parents gave to you. People want validation from those closest to them, and then when that gets unmet, they look for validation from others around them, and finally they must look inside, and that's where they find their validation. The karma mirror allows people to fill their own needs that their parents failed to meet, rather than trying to find a partner to meet those needs, because that partner might not be the best match in many other ways. Young love is remembered and felt more strongly because their prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until we're 25 years old, so many people think with their feelings until they reach that age. Karma brings people the same type of relationship over and over again until a person learns their lesson and changes themselves. When people don't heed their karma, they get stuck in the same level of intelligence. And when people don't learn anything from past relationships, they repeat the same mistakes. Here are the different types of relationships people face and the karmic lessons they offer. The rebel. A relationship with a rebel is mysterious and adventurous, but this person is not necessarily loyal and responsible. To move to a higher relationship stage, if you are attracted to the rebel, you need to judge your potential partner for their character and their values instead of their allure. The chase. This type of person wants to be chased and is emotionally or physically unavailable. This person is constantly on the go, and those who chase them falsely believe that this person will stop for them for just enough time to like them and fall in love. When you are busy chasing a person or trying to get their attention, you are wasting your energy and not getting to know them deeply. According to research, playing hard to get doesn't usually lead to healthy relationships, no matter if you're the chaser or the one being chased. You need to spend time together to build a strong relationship. Be conscious about who you choose and the type of lifestyle you want. The project. In this type of relationship, your partner is your personal project, and you feel you can nurture them and help them live a better life, which makes you feel competent and in control. If the partner doesn't change eventually, they may leave you feeling drained due to all the energy and time you're putting into that relationship. This type of relationship dynamic is a hindrance to long-term connection. The F-boy or F-girl. This is someone who sleeps around. Oxytocin helps people bond chemically, but doesn't bring people closer emotionally. This hormone temporarily blocks the red flags about a person and blocks out negative memories about them for a while. The opulent one. This is one who is opulent in either beauty, fame, wealth, or popularity. It's okay to start off by being attracted to a person based on what they have, but it's a bad place to end up. A partner's qualities and actions are more important than their achievements. Give to yourself what you are seeking from someone else. Start to fill your own gaps for a few minutes each day. Those gaps might have been left blank by your parents or some other people in your life. What is one thing you can do to improve your day to day? Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.